Hello, my name's Leanne. I'm a yoga and Pilates teacher and personal trainer and online coach. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Today I'm going to be taking you through a yoga class designed for mindfulness, de-stressing, a bit of meditation, so you're concentrating on the poses. And yeah, it's going to be a nice stretch and mobilising. We're going to get that heart rate up as well. Let's begin. We're going to start on the edge of our mat in the front in Tadasana, shoulders down. Toes spread like monster munch, rib cage in, belly button into spine. You have tension in the abs. Shoulders back. Inhale, arms rise. As we begin to be present and together with our body. Inhale and exhale as the arms fall down with control by your side. The slower the exhale, the more relaxation and more calm to the mind. Squeeze your bum cheeks and lean a little bit further back if that feels good. Exhale, coming down again. Inhale, Hasta Tadasana, extended mountain pose. Coming down into Uttanasana, bending the knees, one vertebrae at a time. Just going to place our hands next to our feet, feeling the stretch in the back of the hamstrings. More bend in the knee, the easier it's going to be on your lower back. Relaxing your neck. This is not good if you've got a cold like me. You might want to swing your hips left and right ever so slow, slightly. Bending both knees, chest up, flat back. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale and the fall. Again. Hasta, squeeze your bum cheeks and come back a little bit. And exhale. Again. Hasta, Tadasana. Good. Bending both knees. Hips go to the sky. Relaxing the neck. Moving left and right like you're wagging a tail slowly with control. Relax your neck. You might want to move your neck left and right. Your head, sorry. Bending both knees, chest up, flat back. Inhale and exhale. Squeezing the bum cheeks on the inhale. Bending back, hyperextension if that feels good. One more. Good. Both knee bend. Down. I'm going to place our hands next, with a good bend in the knees. Place our hands next to our feet. Left leg comes back in a low lunge, so knee to floor. Making sure your knee's not going past your foot as it creates some stress on your knee. As we begin to bring the heart rate up. I'm going to bring our hands into prayer if that feels good. Working the back muscles. You're feeling the stretch in the low lunge. Framing the foot again on the right leg. I'm going to bring our right leg back into a box position. From here, chest down to floor. I'm going to lie on the floor. Deep breaths. Allow yourself to feel that stretch in the base of your back. Another deep breath. Good. Coming down again into child's pose. Knees together. Arms extended, circle off the wrists as we begin to mobilise and get the wrists ready for a progressed version of these sun salutations. Surya Namaskar. From here, back to box. And then right leg frames, low lunge, prayer position. Just take your time. Frame the foot again, left leg joins right, Uttanasana, relaxing the neck. We're going to progress it a little bit and we're going to bring in downward dog. Relaxing the neck. Okay, hands by your feet, right foot comes back this time to a low lunge, hands in prayer, chest back. We're going to bring in a big circles with the arms. Inhale, arms rise, and exhale down again. So warm up the shoulder girdle. Just taking your time. And backwards. Inhale as the arms rise, exhale as they fall. So you start to feel warmth in the shoulders. Notice how that feels. Good. Arms frame the foot. We're going to step back this time into plank, or you can step back into box. Plank, rib cage in, belly button into spine. Kumbhakasana, shoulders down away from ears. You're tucking that tailbone in to have tension in the abs. Come down onto box again to get into the Sphinx position, or Chaturanga, chest to floor into Cobra, untucking the toes. 2 deep breaths. Keeping your elbows bent and tucked into your ribs. Good. Hips come back first, tucking the toes under for down dog. And if it feels good, paddle your feet out. Don't worry about getting your heels on the floor if you can't, if you're tight in your calves. Good bend in the knee supports the back. And send your hips up to the ceiling, okay? Untuck that pelvis. Feeling the stretch in the hamstrings. Looking at your toes. Good. Left foot comes back, help guide it through to a low lunge and come into a prayer position. Inhale, arms rise. Let's begin those arm circles again. Nice and control. Oh, let's change direction. Good. Hands frame foot, right leg joins left, good bend, Uttanasana, bend in both knees. Good bend in the knees, chest up, proud. Inhale, arms rise, hands come down into prayer. Good, well done. I'm going to come into warrior 3. So our knee comes into our chest and we're going to send it back. To counteract and for balance, you can bring your arms, both of them, out in front of you, roughly shoulder height. Or you can bring them into prayer. But you want to try and make a T with your body. Shoulders down, shoulder blades back, pinned together, squishing a P. Rib cage in, belly button to spine, and a good bend in the stabilising knee if you're struggling with balance. To make it harder, you can extend the leg for that hamstring stretch. Good. 2 more deep breaths. Feeling strong. Keep that back leg up as high as you can. Good. Bending the back leg, bringing it in as you come, rise up, bringing it into the knee into chest, and back to Tadasana. Well done. I'm going to do the other side now. Let's see how we get on so we can compare. Right leg up into stomach, send it back, leading with the heel. Or come down into prayer, sending that leg up to hip height. Straighten the leg if that feels good. 2 more deep breaths. As your core switched on, make sure you're not just dumping in that hip. You've got weight over the other side as well, the right leg. Good, bend the back leg, send it closer to the body, knee up. Take your time. Tadasana. Good. Feeling strong like a mountain as we take 2 deep breaths to recover. Excellent. So you can have a block with you if you like, because we're going to try the triangle next. Otherwise you can just come down onto your thigh. So 1.5 leg length, one of your own legs, 1.5 of those, stride that we're going to be standing in. And your right foot is going to point to the shorter side of the mat. You're going to send your hips back first. You can have a bend in this leg, but your hips come back first, opening this space here. And we're going to slide our hand on the inner thigh. Imagine that there's two planes of glass in front and behind you. Rib cage is switched on, belly button into spine. And I'm going to extend the arm above the head so you can look straight ahead to keep balance, or you can challenge further by looking at your thumb. Deep breaths. Make sure you're sending them hips back. Really good hip opener. If you want to challenge it more, bend a little bit. You can straighten this leg for a full hamstring stretch, or you can come further down. This is where you would put your hand on the block, okay? Or you can put your elbow on the knee, just above the knee, sorry. 2 more deep breaths. I feel like I'm being blown over by the wind. Excellent. Bending both knees now as we come up into the centre. Rotating that leg so we're facing forward. I'm just going to bring both feet together to Tadasana and just notice how that feels. Bending straight both knees as a bit of a shake off. Again, same position, nice and wide. This time the left leg comes out. Bending in the leg, that's pointed out, coming down into the inner thigh, just above the knee. More challenging, bringing the hand up into the sky, looking at the thumb, or you can look straight ahead if you're struggling on this side of your balance. Deep breath. To challenge more, remember to send them hips back, forearm or elbow on above the knee. How does your neck feel now as you're working and strengthening the neck muscles? Remember the planes of glass in front and behind you. One more deep breath. My hips normally click in this position. Excellent. Bending both legs, come up into Tadasana. Let's shake off again. Chest proud, well done. Let's bring in some stretches. That's going to help release tension in the body, starting with half Lord of the Fishes. So we're going to bring our right leg into a bend just next to the inner thigh, and our left leg is going to come around the back like so, trying to sit upright. And we're going to take a rotation around the back. So our left hand now comes around the back, and our right hand is just placed on the outer left thigh. And if that feels okay, you can turn around and look behind you, either your back of your shoulder or behind you. And feel that twist and try and relax into it. Relax your inner thigh, shoulders down away from ears. This is opening up the chest and the heart center. One more deep breath. Good. Coming back into the center. I'm going to exhale and come into swan. I'm going to exhale and bring our elbows down. You can feel the stretch in the lower back. Send the hips backwards so it's a nice, flat, safe spine. Good. I'm going to counteract that. Arms coming behind you. You can either stay here, shoulders down away from you, good bend in the elbows, or you can progress it further and lift the hips up off the floor. Are they square, them hips? Are they faced forward? Is there a slight tilt to them? Just correct them if you can, if it feels okay. One more deep breath. You can feel the tension in your lower back. Keeping them hips up, squeezing the bum cheeks. And release. Excellent. Then move over to the other side, swapping over. So now the left leg tucks into the right thigh and the right leg comes round. Good. It's a mermaid. Settling in. Inhale, and on the exhale, leading with your shoulders as they turn round first. Right arm behind. left arm on leg to purchase, and if that feels okay, it feels a little bit tighter here for me, look around behind you. It's important to keep mobile in these planes of movement. Notice how that feels and where you feel it. Just try and relax. You'll notice as you begin to release tension, you're able to relax in the position and get further into it. Stretching takes time, especially if you've been busy all day or all week and you're not doing this. It takes time. Inhale carefully back to center. Exhale as we come down onto our elbows, sending the hips back behind us, shoulders down away from ears. How does that feel? Do you feel that in the same position, place that you did last time? One more deep breath. Good. Inhale. I'm going to counteract that. You might not want to lift on this side. Treat every side differently. Squeeze your bum cheeks. Protect the back, hips up if that feels good. Breathe in that fresh air. Beautiful. Release. Untucking that right foot. Next we're going to sit in the bow. So feet together. Good bend in the, elbows, in the knees. Untucking that tailbone, so you sat tall, shoulders down away from ears. And if that's as far as you can go and you're feeling a stretch, that's absolutely fine. Otherwise, bring those feet in a little bit closer, trying to not compensate your back. You've got strength, your abs are switched on, protecting your back. Sitting tall. You're searching for that stretch in the inner thigh. If you can hold on to your feet, excellent. If not, don't worry about it. Hold on just above the ankles. Bringing the knees down a little bit more if you can. Just want to sit with this. This is hard on the back at first. The last stretch I want to do for this yoga practice is the pigeon. So next, I'm going to come a little bit further forward so we can send our leg back. The right leg has a bend. The left leg comes back. So you want to be in the center of your mat. So if you've got a line in the center of your mat, sit on it first. You want to be in the center. If you feel like you're being pulled off, there's too less of a bend. You've got too much of a right angle in your leg. So bend it more so you are not being pulled out of it. We keep a lot of tension and stress in our pelvis area, particularly our glutes. So we're just waiting for tension to be released, and this is done through our breath work. So deep breaths as we settle in with an extended arm. So if you feel like your quadricep, your thigh is tensed up, try and switch it off and relax it. Deep breath in, and on the exhale, relax, sink into the floor and melt. And if it feels okay to progress onto elbows, feel free. Just make sure you're not being pulled out. And you're looking to feel the stretch, depends where you're tight, but usually the glute area. It might be the hip flexors, and it might be the hamstrings. Let's see if it's ready to progress yet. So as you can see, I've got a big bend in my leg. I'm just going to bring the foot up a little bit more and move back down into the stretch. But I'm going to hold my foot in that position. It's not painful, it shouldn't be painful, just a mild discomfort. Again, I'm going to start relaxing and allowing myself to feel this discomfort, because our muscles can tense up to protect us. But we don't want that. Otherwise we're not going to get anywhere with the stretch and flexibility. I'm going to come out a little bit more. And I'm going to bring that foot up a tad bit more, and I'd say that's enough for me for this session. So it's starting to pull me out a little bit, so I'm just going to sit more on centre. Again, it's not painful, I just feel that stretch. Deep breaths. Good. Use that breath. Good. One more deep breath. Inhale. Carefully come out with better bend in the knee. I'm going to swap over. Take your time if you're a bit stiff. So as you can see on this side, I've got a good bend in the knee, but I'm going to sit in centre of the mat. If that feels okay, come onto elbows. Deep breaths. Where are you feeling this right now? Every time your mind wanders, I want you to tune back into how this stretch is feeling. You've got plenty of time to think about other things after this session. If you want to progress, let's bring this foot up a little bit more. Might pull you out like it has me, but we're working on flexibility. So I want to keep my hand there, move back over to centre, and then try and settle back in. Again, it's not painful. Getting into all them tight areas. If you sit a lot or if you walk a lot, if you do any living, to be honest, boogieing, you're going to have tight glutes. And some weeks you'll feel like you're getting progress with the pigeon pose, and then it might be you've had a super stressful week, or you're about to come on your period, so there's inflammation. So just go by how your body's feeling that day. If you want to increase the stretch once more, feel free. I know some people who'd love to stay in pigeon pose all day. It's not one that I enjoy, but why is that? It's because I'm not very good at it yet. One more deep breath. Excellent. Come into any seated position in the centre of the mat. Feel free to sit on a block if you find that more comfortable. Sitting tall, imagine there's a golden cord attached to your crown of your head. It's pulling you up to the sky. Your spine is nice and neutral. So the natural curves in your spine, the lower one in particular. Inhale through the nose and a slow exhale through the mouth. The slower you exhale, the more relaxation. Make sure you're filling them lungs completely when you breathe in. Pause at the top with those full lungs before slowly exhaling out of the nose or mouth if you've got a cold. Again, notice your environment and how it feels. The warmth, the smell, the noise, or silence. Sitting tall, how does your body feel after that? Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me on the yoga mat today, and I hope to see you in the next class.